All right. We are finishing off this week, day 55. I am really ready for arms and I'm really excited for the format. I am looking forward to it. So, arms sometimes can be uh, kind of slow and boring for me. So, we're going to do it Tabata style and kind of up the endurance aspect for our weightlifting segment today. And I'm just going to use this out of 10s. At least that's what the plan is for now. As we all know, that can kind of sometimes get messed up. So Tabatas is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds through, and we're just going to be doing a bunch of different arm stuff. So with that said, let's go ahead and warm up those arms. Bring those arms all the way up overhead. Nice deep inhale, exhale, hinge over the body, and then we're going to walk it on out. If you can keep your legs straight, do so. Walk those arms all the way forward. Push back toward your thighs. Hollow out your armpits. Slide the shoulder blades down and grab that belly. Come onto your hands and knees, and we'll take a couple rotations. So we'll do a straight arm rotation. Bring your arm up, right arm up, as the other hand is really planted into the ground. Let's see. Let's have the head come with your shoulders and try to keep your hips nice and stable and gather through that core. One more each side. And then go ahead and sit back on your heels. So bring one arm over. So you're going to stretch a little bit through the side body. Bring it down, other arm. And then flip it all the way over onto your back. Just a teeny bit of butt thrown in here. Slide your hips up so you're in a glute bridge, and then just bring your arms up overhead. Deep inhale here, and then exhale, pull the elbows down like you're trying to stuff them underneath your rib cage. And then inhale, bring them all the way back up. Exhale, stuff them down. One more time. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, bring them down. All right, lower those hips. Grab your hands behind the back. And then let's go ahead and get started with our first Tabata, which is going to be an upright row. So, your upright row, elbows make sure to lead the way. Hands come right to your chest. Make sure that you have your hips nice and leveled off so the pelvis is in neutral. All right, we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll keep talking along the way. Ready, set, and go. I'm also excited I don't need a count today. It's always nice. Sometimes it's good to count because then you know what you're getting, where you're going. Find a pinch between your shoulder blades. Hands come right to the chest. Pull with those shoulders, right? Get into those shoulder heads. Take a break. Enjoy a little stretch over maybe. Weights pull you a little more. All right, and then get set. Knees are soft, chest is tall. Row those elbows up. Speed it up just a teeny bit, depending on the size of your weights, how much weight you're pulling there, how tired you are already, and how well you are able to control that range of motion. Take a break. Roll those shoulders back and down. Set that pelvis. So think about your pelvis being a bucket of water, and you don't want the water to tip out the front or tip out the back. So that's your pelvis, and you're trying to just hold it right in neutral. Elbows come wide. I'm feeling the heat build a little. That's good. Time. Get a little forearm stretch in there. Not too long. 10 seconds goes fast. Keep the work out of the neck. Bring those elbows up nice and high. Doing great. Work with that strong core. Upright chest, take your break. Feel the support of the muscles between the shoulder blades as you're rowing. So you take this as slow as you need. So if you need to go slow and controlled, hit that. If you want to try to pump it up a little bit, going a little faster, I'll sneak in a little more heart rate as well. Time. All right, I think these 10s are definitely going to be magic number for a while because they feel like 20s now. Here we go. Mid delt, that's your shoulder, and that little bit between your shoulder blades. That's where we're pulling here. 5 seconds. Time. Ready, set, and go. Think about the drop. Your drop is important, just like the pull. 3, 2, and 1. Final set. Take a little longer stretch before we start our next segment. Ready, set, go. All right, done there. Go ahead and hit up a quick child's pose. We'll stretch through those arms straight forward first, and then tuck your right arm under your left, pushing pressure into the outer edge of that right shoulder, then press into that left side. All right, the next one, still shoulders. We're doing a side raise. So your elbows are going to be nice and tight and be opening your elbows away from the body. My guess is that I'm going to get slow on these fairly quickly. My shoulders are already feeling a little fried, which I'm very happy about. Fried in a good way. So please select weight that you can still stay completely in the shoulder. So if it's creeping up into your neck, into your traps at all, drop your weight, or even range of motion is fantastic. Ready, set, and go. Range of motion for a movement like this can also be super effective. It'll help you build isometric control and flexion in the body and those muscles. Elbows come wide. It's like you're a bird just flying away. Take your break. Same thing as we did with our upright row. Set that pelvis in position. Think about your stack. And then keep that little pinch between the shoulder blades. Be active as the elbows drop. So build some heat there as well. Feeling good, feeling good. Time. Whew. Arms are going to be feeling good, looking good after today. Get some protein when we're done. Restore and refuel those muscles. Lift those elbows high. Think about the elbows kind of trying to grow away from your shoulder. It's like they're trying to be lengthened. Somebody's pulling those elbows away from the shoulder. I find that that'll keep the work more in the shoulder and out of the trap. I think this is the last set for me with my good old 10s. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing out the 8s. And who knows, maybe we'll end up with 5s. No shame. Perfect form. Builds perfect muscle. We're not trying to win any prizes by going somewhere too quickly or unsafely. It's not going to help. Got to be able to come back tomorrow. Only 5 days left of this set, so hope you're coming back. Whew, 3 to go. Stay contracted around that core. Open those elbows nice and wide. Whew. All right. 2 sets left. Find that 90-degree angle in the elbow, and then open those arms straight out away from you. Scanning the body. What's going on with your legs, your pelvis, your core, the chest and back. Oh. All right. Getting those thighs. Last set. Here we go. Going good. Still feeling it. But I can get those elbows up without creeping into the neck. That's what I want. All right. 2 sets done, my friends. 2 sets. We're going to stay upright to stretch through this time. So just grab your hands behind your back if you can. If not, whew, those are tight. If not, grab a towel or strap, kind of grabbing around those hands, pushing them off your hips, and then hinging forward over. Okay. Next up, we're going curls. Straight up bicep curls. Feel free to go 1 arm at a time if you would like, but I'm going to be starting with both. Ready, set, and go. Elbows squeeze in tight. Chest stays nice and tall. You're in charge of the drop, right? So remember, you build more muscle on the return, the way back down, that eccentric motion. Take your break. Definitely a good set to get your forearm stretch between each. Ready, set. I'm going to go hammer style this time. Thumbs come up first. Pushing that chest forward. Keeping solid stance. And time. It's been a good week, you know, highlighting everything, isolating muscle groups makes it very challenging, but I'm glad that we don't generally do it that way. I prefer to have variety, but you definitely build that fatigue for sure in those muscle groups, which is good. Pushing our strength thresholds, building new strength. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I forgot that time I was going to twist. All right, this time we'll twist. So you start with palms facing your thighs, and then twist towards your conventional curl at the top, if you want. Just changing it up a little. Making sure we're not getting bored, right? Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it hurts and burns. But ultimately, hopefully, you're finding a way to have fun time with your workouts. Hopefully, you're not dreading them. Ready, set, and go. Check in with those elbows. Keep them right underneath your shoulder. Squeezing those elbows tight. Wrists are strong. 3, 2, and 1. Are you staying in control with your core? Checking in, wrapping tight, flexing deep. All right, I'm going to hit up a hammer curl again. You got it. You got it. 3, 2, and 1. 2 sets left. 40 seconds of curls. Building some sweat here. It's good. Core flexion. Gentle tailbone tuck helps keep that pelvis in neutral. Flexing and flaring through the torso builds that heat. All right, last set of curls. Ready, set, and go. Keep that chest lifted, shoulder blades back and down, and you made it. All right, let's take it back to the ground. And we are going to be doing shoulder taps, so no weights, back into those shoulders. And we're going to be bringing in a little more heat through the core. So you'll plank up, hands are wide, and then you tap side to side. If you need to stay on your elbows, if it's tough on your wrists, you can take up a forearm plank and tap side to side here. Try and still keep those hips level. Okay, now your options, if you don't do a full plank, you can elevate yourself, do shoulder taps from a box or a bench or the wall, or lie on the ground, grab your weights, and do a cross punch. All right, one of those options. All right, ready, set, and go. Trying to keep those hips tucked under, trying to keep those shoulders right over the wrists. Flex your glutes to help keep stability through the hips. Time. There's one. Ready, set, and go. Big spread fingertips. Three, 2, and 1. 2 down, 6 to go. Doing great. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. Whew. Almost 1 per second. It's going to be a lot of shoulder taps by the time we're done. I don't think I can keep that pace though. And go. Time. Halfway. These are tough after doing all those other arms. Gosh. Ready, set, go. It's what we want though. Having to push through, dig deep, keeping that form. When your body wants to stop, get engaged with the mind. Time. Ready, set, go. Three, 2, 1. 3, and go. Five seconds. We got it. Time. I don't know what hurts worse or not. My core, my abs, my shoulders. And go. Use that core to support for the shoulders. But get into it. We're here for shoulders for sure. So hopefully you do feel them there too. And time. Woo! All right, that was a tough one. Good work, good work. Okay, let's stretch through those shoulders real quick. One across. Whew. Open. And then the other. All right. So we have an overhead press coming up next. If you do not go overhead, we've already done an upright row, which is generally my alternate for that. So I'm going to have you go back to triceps. I know we did triceps earlier in the week, but just go back there and hit kickbacks. We can always use a little more tricep. So I'm going to start with my 10s and see how long I last. So ready, set, and go. Elbows open wide. Make sure your neck stays out of it. Find that neutral pelvis again. Time. So much of me is happy to be off my arms, but they feel noodly. Ready, set. Here we go. Set number 2. Again, check in with those traps. Make sure you're staying out of the traps. Those are the muscles in the neck. They actually do run into the back as well. So that's why we want to develop those rhomboids and serratus muscles to be able to support the traps. Set 3. Oh. All right. I figured I'd have to go down, and I do. Bring in the 8s and go. These don't feel much lighter, I have to admit. Whew. All right. That's all I can do for that side. Whew. Ready, set, and go. Finding those muscles in the back. That's what I'm trying to do. Help support those shoulders to push overhead. Watching the hips, that pelvis. One more. So as we fatigue, I definitely get there too. You start kind of pushing forward. Gotta watch out for that. Puts pressure on the low back. We don't want. All right. Come on, 5s. You're my new buddy. 3, 2, and 1. you may find that sometimes you end up with a little crackling or crunching sound, holy smokes, in your shoulders when you're doing, stuff like this, or honestly anything, even back flies or whatever. But it can become noticeable when you're hitting up a day like this where you got a ton of shoulders. So generally speaking, that's okay. It's just the tendons and ligaments kind of moving around on top of each other. Sometimes major pops are just gas bubbles popping. Woo, made it. It has a technical term, crepitus, and generally it's okay. Like I said, just kind of work around it. You only really need to worry if you have pain. So at that instance, we can do some other things. Want to protect your shoulder, but keep using it, find those ranges of motions without weight, maybe that you can build strength to then bring weights back in. Okay, we are going into a tractor driver, or as one of my fun clients says, whatever you want to drive today. I think she usually drives a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something, so drive whatever it is you want. I just envision driving a big old tractor. So you reach your weight straight out in front of you, and then you just turn it one side and then the other. So again, pressure on those shoulders. You need to find contraction in those serratus muscles and in the back. So as you stretch forward, you're not rounding, but you still have that lifted chest. And of course, that core stays strong. This is our last set, you guys. Our last one. Last bit of arms. Next is relaxed. Turn that wheel as fast or as slow as you want. It's just at shoulder height. There you go. Time. Slide those shoulders back and down. I'm going to try a split stance for the heck of it. So you just find that stance where you can keep that core still going with it. Time. All right, well, I got through 2 sets with my 10. That was fun. Moving down. Here we go. Set 3. Keeping that core strong. Whew. Made it through. Gets tough, those little shoulders. Do your best, stick with it. I think 8 has had its fun. Now we're on 5s. I'd be interested to hear how this day went for you. So be fun for me to hear. Reach out, let me know. Here we go. Build those strong shoulders. Not grabby necks. I really think building the back and the shoulders helps a lot with keeping those traps more relaxed and out of our daily living as well. So time. I'm liking the 5. Still working for me. Okay, and go. We got it, we got it. Hang in it. Time. Last set. Last set. We got it. Ready, set, and go. Leaning away from my midline. So I gotta hunker back in. Time. Whew. All right. Fantastic job. Let's stretch those shoulders out. So we're gonna start on the wall. I'm gonna go on my knees, but you can stay standing if you would like. I'll just run into the surfboard. All right, so start with your hand straight back behind. See if you can get your hip all the way on the wall and the hand right at about shoulder height. So your chest is kind of, or your shoulder is kind of pushing into the wall and the chest is somewhat rotating away. And then you can try for a little more and open the palm so it faces the sky. Okay, and then slowly walk that arm all the way up. And then all the way back. All right. Now we'll switch it up, go to that other side. So see if you can get your hip and shoulder on the wall, the arm straight behind. We're just going to start here, lift the chest. You feel it through that pec and shoulder as well, or I do for sure. All right, and then walk that arm all the way up. Ooh, this side is tight. Hold up overhead a second, and then we'll walk it back down. Okay, release there. Go ahead and just hit up a child's pose. Lie all the way down with the forehead on the ground, your hips on your heels, reach the arms way out in front. And then slide that right shoulder onto the ground by threading your right arm underneath the left. Push into that shoulder. See, I get a better stretch if my knees are wide. So I have space to push that shoulder down. It's not falling in contact with the knees. All right, other side. Reach the right arm out, left arm under. Stretch. Okay, and then we'll just hit a scorpion stretch and call it a day. So lie all the way on your stomach. Put your right arm out away from you at a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to roll over that arm. So make sure your palm's on the ground. Roll the body till you find that stretch in the shoulder. So as you're pushing the body over, you'll feel that push get into the shoulder. Okay, and then we'll hit the other side. Ooh. So now your left arm out. Roll over that left side. You bring the right sole of the foot onto the ground. Push into that roll with your right hand. All right, rotate around. Let's stretch those forearms real quick too. So just point your fingers back at your knees on your palms and then slowly hinge back. Maybe bend your right elbow just a bit, bend your left elbow just a bit. Right and left. Good. All right. Shake those hands out. Fantastic job. I am so excited to hit up our last 5 days with you coming up. So be ready, bring lots of energy. It's going to be fun.